Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Time to go! Time to leave now! Get back! Where's the target?
Pro and anti-police supporters clash in downtown Rockford, and several people are now in custody. Good evening, I'm Hannah Zettl. Thanks for joining us tonight. Nearly 1,000 people showed up to make their voices heard at this morning's Back the Blue rally and counter-protest. We have team coverage for you tonight. Alexis Carpello and Dylan Siraki are live from the Winnebago County Justice Center, the site of the rallies. Dylan spoke with the pro-police crowd, and Alexis talked with the Rockford Youth Abolitionists, the main group who led today's counter-protest. We'll have more from them in just a moment. But first, a tense situation unfolded after the police rally ended. Watch that protester in the red hoodie. Officers brought a handcuffed protester to the jail. A Winnebago County Sheriff's deputy shoves that person to the ground. Things escalated from there. Moments later, a man in a pink shirt could be seen grabbing at someone's hair. He tried to run away from officers, but you can see that he lost his balance and fell to the ground. Officers immediately jumped on him and arrested him. We caught video of at least one person being pepper sprayed. We'll play that clip again in slow motion. This happened after a barricade set up to separate the two protest groups was knocked over. Officers tried pushing the crowd back. And once protesters were moved to the other side of West State, police stood in a line on the street. Our crews saw them equipped with tear gas cans and less lethal shotguns. Protesters lined up along the sidewalk, demanding justice for those they say have been racially discriminated against by Rockford police. Authorities arrested 6 anti-police protesters, all after the Back the Blue rally ended. Their list of charges include resisting arrest, mob action, and aggravated battery to a police officer. Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea says enough's enough.
The citizens of Rockford, the businesses of Rockford, have been more than patient over the last couple weeks, actually months, of tolerating people who want to push the envelope right to the end. And now they've crossed the line, and they're going to get arrested.
Many of the protesters we spoke with consider this the civil rights fight of their generation. Alexis Carpello is live outside the Winnebago County Justice Center. Alexis, they told you they're willing to do what it takes to get people to hear their message of justice.
Well, Hannah, they say that the whole point of today's actions was to counter-protest the Back the Blue rally. Here's what it looked like earlier. Roughly 100 demonstrators showed up Saturday protesting a Back the Blue rally hosted near the Winnebago County Justice Center. Leslie Rolfe was one of about a dozen protesters put in handcuffs Friday night. He's charged with mob action and obstructing a police officer.
Since they're here and they're going to be out here for this one day, it's important for us to be out here for this day too.
Saturday, he led the crowd opposing the Back the Blue rally, chanting, and holding signs directed towards the rally, some reading Blue Lives Murder and drop May 30th charges.
All of this going on, they wouldn't be here if May 30th didn't happen.
On May 30th, protesters and Rockford police clashed on the lawns of District 1 headquarters. Rolfe says his message will last longer than those opposing.
They won't continue to do this. They'll do this for one day and they'll go back to their lives, because that's what happens when you're not oppressed.
Scott Garwick was another protester arrested Friday evening. After bonding out, he joined the protesters today.
I'm here to support them, first of all, and I'm here because I feel like that there's a race problem in this country, and I think that we have a police brutality problem.
Shortly, the group has plans to meet at Haskell Park. They say that they're going to be teaching an education teach-in. Live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Alexis Carpello.
Alexis, thank you. Tonight's teach-in isn't the only event planned. The May 30th Alliance, which is affiliated with Rockford Youth Abolitionists, plans to hold another demonstration next Friday at the Rockford City Market. Currently, the market will go ahead as scheduled, but the shopping event was canceled yesterday due to the protest. On the other side, hundreds showed up to support law enforcement. Our Dylan Saraki joins us live. And Dylan, they wanted to make sure officers know they're not alone.
Yeah, that's right, Hannah. Some people I talked to say with tensions running high right now, it's important for officers to know that many people still appreciate the work they do.
Back the blue! We love you! I can't imagine what a city would be like without police presence.
At the end of the day, I think they do a great job.
Hundreds of people gather in front of the Winnebago County Justice Center to show their support for local law enforcement.
Their job is not easy, and I think that they're coming under a lot of scrutiny these days that is not really deserved. They're good men and women of all colors, of all races, religions, whatnot, and they do a great job for the most part.
Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea and Winnebago County Sheriff Gary Caruana were both on hand, with Caruana briefly addressing the crowd.
We're honored to serve you.
People also held signs and blue line flags to show their support and joined together in the Pledge of Allegiance and Star-Spangled Banner. Some who came out to back the blue wanted to show support for friends, family members, or loved ones. Sherry Johnson's son works as a Loves Park police officer.
I am a very proud police mom, very proud. I'm so proud of him and so proud of all the others who choose that profession.
20-year-old Jace Epps from Loves Park came to the rally with his dad. He studies criminal justice in college and says he aspires to work as a law enforcement officer.
It just seems like a great opportunity. I definitely want to help serve the communities, especially the American community, because I do love this country and I do feel that these people deserve all the protection and support that they get.
Several supporters, including Joel Bowling, expressed their frustration with counter-protesters.
To come out against all these police like this is ridiculous. You know, these people save lives. That's what they do. And trying to defund them and things like that, that's just sheer ignorance. Sheer ignorance.
This is really a shame. And it's time for the people in this community to rise up and say, enough already.
Chief O'Shea said this afternoon there's currently no plans in place to increase the number of officers at future protests. That will be handled on a case-by-case basis. Reporting live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Dylan Saraki.
Thanks, Dylan. State Representative John Cabello showed up to lend his support to law enforcement. He addressed the crowd, calling them patriots. Cabello told us it's important that people in leadership come out and support law enforcement.
All lives matter. We can pick and choose who we think matter, but no, everyone matters, and we've got to find a way of coming together to make sure that we can have that conversation. Anytime, anywhere, I'm willing to have that conversation, as long as it's respectful. Unfortunately, today it wasn't very respectful.
Cabello is also a Rockford police detective. However, he said he spoke today as a state leader, not as a representative of the department. Today's events unfolding after about a dozen protesters were arrested Friday night. Several individuals were bailed out of jail overnight by former state representative Letisa Wallace. This is video she posted on Facebook. You can see dozens came out to support those who were arrested during last night's protest. Wallace accepted donations and says over $1,200 was needed to release 7 inmates who she believes were wrongfully arrested.
As I heard people asking why am I being arrested, and I couldn't hear any response to it, it concerned me, especially since people appear to be exercising their First Amendment rights and being arrested in the process.
Wallace is continuing to collect money to release inmates that were arrested today.
Eyewitness News, your home team. With Hannah Zettl, sports anchor Samantha Rivera, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
A man is expected to be okay after a shooting in Beloit. This happened on Dewey Avenue near Summit Park around 8 o'clock last night. It's unclear what led up to the shooting, but investigators say it appears the gunman targeted the victim. Anyone with information on this case is urged to contact police. Starting today, anyone in Wisconsin over the age of 5 will be required to wear a mask. This week, Governor Tony Evers declared a public health emergency after a statewide spike in positive coronavirus cases. People who violate the order can be fined $200. While some residents disagree with the mandate, others say they're happy to comply if it keeps their neighbors safe.
I think it's a good thing. I think until we get a vaccine or eradicate this or get it down under control, it's the best thing to do. Better safe than sorry.
The new order runs until September 28th. The number of COVID-19 related deaths in Illinois surpasses 7,500. That's after 1,639 new cases are confirmed today, including 8 additional deaths. This brings the state case total to 180,467, with 7,503 lives lost. State health officials report 1,347 people in the hospital with COVID-19 overnight. 334 patients are in the ICU and 148 are on ventilators. Locally, Winnebago County health officials will provide a COVID-19 update on Monday. A friendly reminder for Rockford Public School parents to fill out the district's Back to School survey. You have to decide if your child will do in-person or distance learning and if you'll need transportation. The deadline to respond is Monday. For parents who don't fill out the survey, the district will automatically enroll students for in-person learning and no bus services. We posted the district's plan for the fall on mystateline.com.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
It was another rather cool day here in the state line with most of the area failing to escape the 70s. Currently we're at 78 degrees in Rockford, 75 in Freeport, and 76 in Monroe, all the way down to 71 degrees currently in DeKalb, where they've seen a little bit more rain than most areas over the past couple of hours here. So we're kicking off August on a cool note after seeing a fairly warm July overall. We started off July, the first 11 days of the month were warmer than normal, and of the 31 days in July, 23 of them were at or above normal, and that brought us to an average temperature of the month of 76.9 degrees, which is about 3 degrees warmer than our typical July. Now, after seeing the 9th warmest June on record here in Rockford, we didn't quite crack the top 10, but we just missed it. We actually tied for the 11th warmest July on record here in Rockford. But we're starting off August on the completely opposite foot because over the next week or so, temperatures are forecast to be well below normal across pretty much the entirety of the Midwest. Here's a live look over the Park Hills Golf Course in Freeport, where they're a little bit cooler than most of the areas here in the state line. We are seeing an overcast sky, but no rain for the time being. Many areas east of I-39 have seen a little bit of rain so far today, but most of that rain has now cleared out of the area. We are hanging on to the cloudy skies. Now, this rain that we saw was building off the back end of this much larger storm system that's now moving even further off to our east, but we are eyeing a cold front situated up to our northwest that'll make its way into the state line come tomorrow, bring us a pretty good chance for some rain to end our weekend. So looking ahead with our future cast, we're going to be mostly dry through the night tonight, through the rest of the evening as well. We may even see a little bit of clearing in the cloud cover through the night and into early tomorrow morning. Now, most of tomorrow morning should be rain-free, but by early tomorrow afternoon, that's when this cold front is going to begin making its way through the state line. That's when we'll start to see some scattered showers, even a few embedded thunderstorms. Now, this chance of rain is going to stick with us pretty much through the entirety of our Sunday, even through the night and through most of Monday as well. However, the chance of thunderstorms is much less as we kick off our next work week, likely just seeing some scattered showers here and there through our Monday. So tonight, temperatures are going to drop into the lower 60s as we're going to hang on to that cloud cover, but we shouldn't see really any rain through the overnight hours of tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures will struggle to make it into the 80s as we will spend most of the day with some scattered showers and thunderstorms here and there. Now, this cold front that comes through tomorrow will drop us down into the lower 70s for Monday before temperatures slowly warm up through the week, hopefully getting back to the 80s as early as Friday.
Now, the Mapleton Sports Desk with Samantha Rivera.
Well, coming in as the underdog to anything is never fun, but it usually sparks a fire underneath most to prove people wrong. For the Blackhawks, it looks like it was just what they needed to take on the Oilers in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Qualifier Series in Edmonton. And what a way to bring back the NHL. Chicago's up 3-1 in the first here. Dominik Kubalik finds Jonathan Toews. unmarked in front of the crease, and he scores. That saves second goal of the game to extend the Blackhawks lead 4-1. Second period now, Chicago up 4-2. Lake hammers the one-timer into the top corner and scores. He finishes with 2 goals and 3 assists as Chicago goes on to win 6-4. The Cubs will take on the Pirates at Wrigley Field tonight. That game starts at 7:15 with Tyler Chatwood expected to start. Meanwhile, the White Sox are on the road playing the Royals. Joe Gonzalez is tonight's starting pitcher. And before tonight's game, Chicago announced shortstop Tim Anderson is on the 10-day injured list with a strained right groin. They've also recalled catcher Yermin Mercedes from the Schaumburg training facility. And make it day 2 of the Cardinals and Brewers not playing. Today's game has been postponed, and now tomorrow's doubleheader has also reportedly been postponed. Reports say it's because of additional positive COVID-19 cases from the Cardinals team. And as if that wasn't enough tough news to swallow, Brewers outfielder Lorenzo Cain has chosen to opt out of the rest of this season. The third round of the Greater Rockford Men's Golf Classic played out today at Sandy Hollow. 9-time champion Jamie Hogan here on the second hole for birdie, and he's got it. Then we move on to Hogan on the third hole again for birdie. Again, he nails it. Hogan shot a 70. Second round leader David Nagel blasts away with his driver. He shot a 73. And Winnebago's Marcus Smith on the fifth hole will drain a birdie putt. Smith shot a 71. He is in great position to challenge for his first championship in this tournament. So the leaderboard looks like this. Hogan and Smith are tied going into tomorrow's final round at the Aldine Golf Club. David Nagel is 1 stroke behind them, and the Reimers, Kyle and Cody, are tied for 4th, only 2 strokes back. The championship is totally up for grabs. Now for the women, they were in the semifinals of match play. The final 4 included Hee-Chung Dolphin-Meyer, who matched with Caitlin Silent, and Natalie Hooper battled Megan Tiravong. So let's head to the 15th. Dolphin-Meyer finds herself 1 up. She has a lengthy putt for par and gets it to fall. Hee-Chung Dolphin-Meyer advances. She defeats Silent by 1. Like I said, a nail biters here at the finish at the 17th. Now Hooper down 1 in the rough as his chip for birdie and reads it perfectly. And to the 18th we go. All score. That's where Tiravong has the finishing touch with this putt to clinch the match over Hooper, and the finale is set. Megan Tiravong will match up with Hee-Chung Dolphin-Meyer tomorrow. After the round, Tiravong said she grew up admiring Dolphin-Meyer and her game.
Temperature is going to stay rather cool through the night here, dropping into the lower 60s for a low. We're going to hang on to that thick cloud cover, although we shouldn't see any rain through the overnight hours of tonight. Now tomorrow, temperatures going to struggle to reach the 80s, likely staying in the upper 70s across much of the area, and much of the day will feature some scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms here and there. A cold front that moves through tomorrow is going to bring us that chance for rain. Is going to drop our temperatures all the way into the lower 70s for Monday. More rain expected through much of Monday, though most of this upcoming week should be dry. We're warming up through the week, hopefully reaching the 80s again as early as Friday. Hannah.
That's all we've got for you tonight. Please be sure to wash your hands, and we'll see you back here tonight at 10.